Yo, Icon Nation. What it is, man, it's your boy Yerdy G.
It's Nick White, Icon Nation. We back.
And this is another episode of Toxic Icon Podcast. But tonight we got a very special guest. One of my favorites, a horror lover, and just found out she booked her HHN trip too. We got Miss Pretty Killer Podcast in this bitch.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Folks.
Hey, Toxic Icon Pretty Killer Podcast. Gonna be a cool episode. Let's do it.
It's long overdue.
What are we talking about tonight, Yerdy G?
So I call it the Great Divide.
Okay.
I also call it indie resurgence.
Indie resurgence. I like it.
Yeah. So independent horror versus big studio horror. What's y'all take?
Yes. I'm an indie girl through and through. I love and support indie horror. Some of my favorite horror movies are independent films, and I'm on the fence with the big companies, the big studios, because there's a lot to say about that.
I can agree. So, per our group chat, I kind of gave some suggestions of movies that we might have not watched. Like me, I still haven't watched Late Night with the Devil because I want the physical copy.
Yes.
Also, I've been kind of stuck on these fan films lately. Like, there's a Chucky fan film called Charles by a guy named Tony Biz.
Oh, I've never heard of that one.
It's on YouTube. I supported it on Indiegogo back in 2020, but of course the pandemic has stopped everything, so it didn't actually release until 2023, I think. 2023 or 2022. It's about an hour long. He was supposed to make it longer, but he kept everybody updated to the fact that due to legal reasons and copyright issues, Universal made him chop it down.
Yeah. Well, that's good. At least he got it out, though.
Yeah, so it's a whole nother take on Chucky.
I love that. I just watched a Halloween fan film, and I can't think of the name of it right now, but I actually really enjoyed it because I felt like it had the essence of the original, but a little bit more, I don't even dare say modern, but it just was different, but in a good way, but it still felt like a Halloween movie.
Right, but if you could say modern, it would feel like that, or at least in early 2000s.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Shout out I Like Scary too, by the way. His Halloween fan film coming out.
Yeah, I want to say that comes out in November, if I'm not wrong. It'll be called Halloween Lives. He dropped a trailer for it. If you go back and look at our previous episodes with our boy I Like Scary, I think we talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
The trailer for that was sick, and I think that's what I love so much about fan films specifically is that your creativity barrier is unlimited as a fan film or an original. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's completely different because you are the one behind the way it's supposed to look.
Exactly.
And like when you look at a indie trailer or a full production at that, it's not going to look like something from the big studios, but it's got that creativity and the passion and the drive behind it. And I think that's kind of what powers those types of films for me.
Evil dies tonight.
Oh my God. And that's, you said it perfectly too. It just, you feel like that there's soul in it. It's not soulless like some of the big movies that I've seen that I just kind of like, like, people that could do it 10 times better on such a small budget just because how much they love it. You can feel that in these movies, like not even fan films of big name franchises, but like a really good example is Host. Have you guys seen Host?
I still have not seen Host.
I haven't seen it either.
Every chance I have to watch it is when I'm about to fall asleep.
Oh, and what's the best part about it though is it's literally like 52 minutes. So to have a movie come out during the pandemic to be 52 minutes and be as effective and so fucking good, it just speaks volumes. You know what I mean? Like when you really put your all into it. So yeah.
Okay. So look, would you consider certain studios indie studios? Like A24, for example. Me personally, I consider them to be independent.
Yeah, I do. I feel like A24 definitely harbors a lot of independent horror. And then I'm trying to think of like other Fuzz on the Lens. They did Terrifier and Terrifier 2, and they're doing Stream, which is another movie.
Stream. Oh my God.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Stream looks so dope.
Yeah, like all the horror icons in that movie. Bliss Rose, Tony Todd, David Howard Thornton. You know what I mean? Like it's I feel like it's going to be so good. But another smaller movie company that I can get down with because they make good movies.
Yeah, like I missed the window to support them on Indiegogo.
Damn.
Like I tried, I kept refreshing thinking that I could get something. No, I can't. So the only thing I can do is go see it and then buy the Blu-ray when it comes out.
Absolutely. That's like one of my most anticipated of this year. Like I'm really stoked for that movie.
Yeah, Stream, that's on the top of my list. And was it the TV that glows?
Yes, I want to see that.
So the day that I sent that to y'all in the group chat, that's when I saw the trailer.
Oh.
So what'd you think about the trailer?
The trailer looks dope. Okay, I'm worried, but I'm not worried because I shouldn't have been looking at the comments on the trailer on YouTube.
It's hard to not look at them though.
Exactly, because they just start popping up. So there were at least 5 people that said that they did what Sony does to Spider-Man spinoffs. They gave everything away on the trailer, beat for beat.
And you would think after a while they would take the hint to not put the whole goddamn movie in the trailer, like Abigail, for example. Like, could you imagine?
Abigail.
Yeah, but could you imagine if you had no idea and we went into that movie theater expecting not that, and then this girl, you know what I mean? Like that would have been, I think that would have bumped it
been
to
more
number
effective.
1.
It would.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially, because they gave away that it was a vampire. And, if they would have not given that away, and the whole time we're thinking it's just a kidnapping movie like Man on Fire with Denzel.
Yep.
It would have been way more effective to find out, 30 minutes through the movie that this is Dracula's daughter.
And like, look what they did with From Dusk Till Dawn. Everyone thought that was just going to be a Tarantino movie with George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino. And then it turned into 45 minutes into the movie, you find out that it's vampires.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the marketing strategy needs to be revisited because they give way too much away. And another example is, it's funny that we're talking about it, Speak No Evil and getting the remake, already? It's 2024 and it came out in 2022. Have you guys seen Speak No Evil?
Yeah, and I'm upset about a remake already because that means that they don't believe in the film.
And for me, that movie really fucked me up. Like, I won't watch it again because it did its job, and I won't deny that it was good because it was good. It was well done, but it's terrifying. It's like
it's definitely terrifying.
Yeah, it's like real life shit that could happen. But why is it necessary that Blumhouse, one of the biggest big studios that needs to stop making movies, in my opinion, I'm sorry, but and they're
how I feel.
And then they showed the reveal in the trailer, because when we went to go see Abigail, we saw the trailer on the big screen, and I'm like, so on top of you guys just completely shitting on this movie, you're going to tell everyone what's happening? I have no interest in it.
And unfortunately, Blumhouse is one of those studios that has a tendency to do that shit a lot, and they've done it probably on their last at least 4 or 5 releases.
Yeah.
You should never be going into a horror movie basically already lining out the plot, lining out exactly what's about to happen before you even see the actual film.
Exactly.
Yes, I completely agree.
I saw Night Swim, and I think 20 minutes into it, I already figured out the entire thing.
Yep. And I haven't watched it yet, but I remember.
Don't waste your hour and 30 minutes.
Wait, what was your question though?
I didn't know if all you guys have seen it, like, because I remember you said it was trash.
So what I did, I actually watched it after I watched Night 1 of WrestleMania on Peacock because I saw it was on there.
Yep.
So I started skimming through it, and then I decided let me just start from the beginning. And yeah, it was terrible.
I think what makes me mad about that one especially is the fact that it actually had potential. Mm-hmm. Like the potential was there, but they just didn't know where to go with it. And that's kind of what worried me when we were going to movies and seeing the trailer for that months back before it was even out.
Right.
In my mind went, like, what exactly can they do with this haunted pool type of situation? I don't mind the plot, but you got to have something that's going to drive that narrative.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of bland on the back end. I don't know.
Did you see Imaginary?
Okay, so here's where it gets a little weird for me because I have been on the downslope of Blumhouse. Like I haven't been really enjoying anything from them lately.
Same.
It's not that I think it's a good horror movie, but I don't think it was as bad as everyone said it was because I felt like there was potential. But I was more like I don't know. I didn't hate it. I don't think it's the worst that I'm going to see out of this year, especially with you guys like talking about Night Swim. I'm not going to watch it, but I didn't think Imaginary was as bad as everyone said it was.
Okay, so this is how I feel about Imaginary. The movie, it had potential. Because, like, I don't remember too many, like, imaginary friend movies that are horror-based.
Yeah.
But also, the entire third act was Insidious the Red Door.
You are not wrong. And thank you. Like, something original as a storyline or, like, in the third act would have been great because it would have set it apart from being, like, a carbon copy of another Blumhouse movie.
See, I believe that the movie would have been more effective and it would have scored higher with audiences and critics if Chauncey would have won.
I would have been here for it because sometimes the villain has to win.
Yeah, look at it like this. Remember Avengers Infinity War when Thanos snapped everybody away?
Yep.
Of course, we knew that Avengers Endgame was coming before it was titled. But look at it like this. If Chauncey would have won, if he would have kept the young lady there in the imaginary world, cliffhanger.
And then the sequel, her escaping, or maybe she ends up not escaping. And
evil.
Yes. But see, and that's another thing too that I have to say is I feel like movies are missing creativity or like pushing the envelope a little further. Instead of just giving us like a basic generic movie, like just give a little edge to it and maybe that will help.
Yeah, like back to Blumhouse. Props to Blumhouse for Halloween Ends. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with that movie. I feel like it's a good standalone movie, not a Michael Myers movie. It's a good standalone, aka Christine 2.0. But
or Season of the Witch.
Definitely Season of the Witch. Yeah,
definitely Season of the Witch. But yes, I feel like they took some big swings by introducing this brand new character that we never even heard of or had a chance to get invested into. So if they do more things like that, but make it more effective and bring the creativity on, like in the early Blumhouse days, they'll get a win every time.
I love Blumhouse like when they first started pumping out movies. Like I remember I would see The Skull and I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, it's Blumhouse. It's going to be good. And then now when I see Blumhouse or even hear Blumhouse associated with anything, I'm like, oh, no. Like
Megan 2.0 might be good.
Yeah, I really actually enjoyed Megan. And
Megan was dope.
I thought Megan was great. I enjoyed it.
So good.
So, so with Megan, they took what the remake for Child's Play was when he was the Buddy doll.
Yep. Flipped
it on his head and made it 10 times better.
Agree. Because I didn't really care it was weird seeing Aubrey Plaza in the Child's Play. Like I love her, but it just didn't feel right. And I think that kind of like threw it off for me. And it's not like the worst remake that I've seen, but it was very bland.
It was. I feel like the kills were creative though.
The ladder kill with the Christmas lights.
Yes.
Like that was, yes, I will give that. But I'm excited for another Megan movie. I really enjoyed her. I would love another Creep movie from Blumhouse. That would be very nice because I think that's an indie found footage movie that is chef's kiss. I love Creep and Creep 2.
Okay, look. What do you think about the Blair Witch, another movie?
I don't know. It's weird because, not to age myself, but I was young when that came out.
Yeah, that's me. I was 11 when it came out.
Yeah. So I'm like, so when I watched it, and like technology wasn't a thing back then, we all believed that was real and these people died. And then we saw them on Letterman and we're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, right. We saw the little stick figure in the promotions.
Yep.
I was
but
like,
now,
where's the witch at? I don't see the witch.
And I love Blair Witch. I think Blair Witch is still good and it's still effective for found footage. But can I say it would depend on who made it?
Fed Alvarez.
Okay. Then you put his name on anything. You could put it on a turd, and I'd be okay with it.
I'm telling you, Fed Alvarez is dope.
He got the
have you seen the trailer for the new Alien Romulus?
Yeah, and I'm so stoked because it's like I feel like it's going to be not obviously the equivalent of Evil Dead 2013, but I feel like it's going to be.
It's going to have those elements.
Yes, balls to the wall. No fucking around. It's going to be dark, and that's what I want in an alien movie.
Yeah, they're taking it back.
That's what I want in that too.
They're taking it back to when Ridley Scott was the director, when it was actually scary.
Yes, and that's the other thing too. I feel like we're kind of like steering away from what's scary, and we're kind of like just doing mainstream to make money. So like teens, tweens, and all the in betweens can go to it. I want like scary. Like I want dark. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be super gory, but I do want some gore. I want some people to actually like die in the movie. And I'm meaning that in reference to like Scream 6.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nobody died.
I agree with what you're saying because it does feel like horror has taken a turn. I feel like, okay, let's talk about 90s horror for a second. 90s horror, the storylines weren't necessarily the most intricate, but the gore was there. The suspense was there, the gore was there, the intensity was there, follow the formula. But now it seems that everybody's trying to experiment, which I don't mind experimenting because sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you don't find out unless you do so. But
Yes.
I do get exactly what you're saying, though, because sometimes we just need that just full-on intensity. We need more of the gore. We need more of the kills and things like that. And I feel like now it's just too storyline driven. Sometimes we just need that intensity.
I mean, I'm a sucker for good storylines, of course. Yeah. But, okay, have y'all seen Tarot?
Nah, I didn't go see it.
Don't.
And that's another one that I heard was don't even do it.
I wasted my AMC Stubs free ticket.
I know.
I remember a week. I wasted one of them on that shit. So look, Tarot it had potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is once one of the main characters, like this is without actually spoiling it, because one of the main characters, like she found the tarot cards, like they were at an Airbnb, like they were college students. They were just trying to kick it for the weekend or whatever.
Yep.
They found the tarot cards while they were looking for beer. And she literally said exactly what's going to happen in the movie. And I didn't figure it out until later.
Yeah.
Like, she told us this.
You're like...
Now, also, like the kills, some of the kills would have been more effective if they would have showed it. But, of course, it's PG-13 horror, so they can only do so much.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, the designs of, like, all the I don't know what to call them, the monsters.
Yep.
Top tier.
And you can't beat good monsters. Like, case in point, like, we need more 13 ghosts. And I feel like when I watched the trailer and they showed the different cards, I felt those vibes. I'm like, okay, we're going to get like a more modern 13 ghosts and get introduced to new monsters, which I'm for it. Like, I love me a good monster. I love creature, whatever.
Yeah.
But to know that they just kind of like wasted it on a PG-13, it bums me out. Like, give something.
So this is another problem I had. The problem is that it was also repetitive. So once they actually got going where people were dying, someone would die, and then it would get quiet for about 3 to 7 minutes. Someone else would die. Same cycle. Quiet 3 to 7 minutes. Someone else would die.
Yeah. So you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Right. So it followed a pattern.
Yeah. Like I had high hopes for this movie. I was excited to see it. I saw it on the Thursday night premiere and everything.
Well, it sounded like a lot of people had that hype for the film. But like you said, I'm sure you probably knew at least 25, 30 minutes in what that pattern was going to be. So
I didn't because the trailer was so, I won't say misleading. The trailer led me to believe that this was going to be a different type of horror movie.
Gotcha.
That's what I thought.
And it was bullshit.
Well, I'm glad that you said it, because I'm like, it seems like the consensus is that it's just not.
Yeah, it's like nowhere near good. I gave it a 3 out of 10.
And it's such a shame, because I felt like the previews of what we were getting this year were like stacked. Like we get In a Violent Nature, Cuckoo, Long Legs, Alien Romulus. We get Terrifier 3.
The Watchers.
Yes, The Watchers. Oh my God, I cannot wait for that. I love M. Night. So to have his daughter have this be her debut, I will go support that. I will pay. I will go. I love M. Night. Do you guys like M. Night Shyamalan?
I love M. Night. Okay, so look. So round table real quick.
Yep.
Top 2 big horror studios, top 2 independent horror studios, based on what you like.
Okay. All right, I got my 4.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll start with the big ones. I really enjoyed Halloween 2018. Granted, I'm not like a huge fan of the trilogy together, but that like brought out this side of me, because you guys know I'm like a huge Halloween fan.
Right.
I was so excited. Like when the opening scene and he's like, say something, and the music dropped, I got goosebumps. I mean, I was like, oh, this is going to be so good. And I loved 18. So we'll give that credit. And then Evil Dead 2013, because that was an experience. To see that in the theater, like, one of my favorites.
It was nasty.
Nasty, but in the best way possible. Like,
in the best way possible.
Yeah.
I was grabbing like every body part that was getting torn up. I was like, oh. So now for indie, I'm going to be kind of basic with this.
See, this is what I think. I can't give you studios per se, but what I can tell you is one of my favorite just filmmakers right now, and one that I want a whole lot more from, and not that what he's done already isn't good, but Jordan Peele. I just want more.
Yes.
More films. I just want more consistency from him. I trust everything that he puts out. Us is one of my favorite horror movies ever.
So good.
Okay.
That I mean, for real, that goes on my list. That's definitely one of my favorites.
Us was creepy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that was a suspenseful thing. The gore was there, but it wasn't Halloween type of gore. You know what I'm saying? It was subtle, but it was there. And what he did with the score, the way that he took modern music and took those selections and horrified them. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was more of a mind trip.
Yeah, more of a mind trip.
And
more psychological, but love it.
Visually, too. Like the visual, like them standing on the top of the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so good. Like, he is a masterclass with just like amazing shots that are so simple, but they put you like right in there, and you feel like you're right in there with them. That's what I love about Us.
Yeah. I loved everything about that movie. I loved Nope too. I thought Nope was great, but it didn't top Us.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all my picks, but would y'all consider Monkey Paw independent or big?
Ooh.
I feel like it rides the line in between. It's very close.
Totally. Yeah.
I believe that I would consider it big only because like it's technically a production company.
Yep.
And he has like more stuff releasing now that he's not even directing or writing. Like think about Candyman, that was a Monkey Paw production. The non-horror movie Monkey Man, that was a Monkey Paw production.
Yes.
And then
I haven't seen it yet.
He's doing a movie next year with Marlon Wayans.
Oh. Okay.
It's about like the dark side of being an athlete.
And that's I love it too because it's relatable because people can actually like associate with that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would say big for Jordan Peele. As far as my picks, The Shining, that's number one for me.
Classic.
Yeah, Shining's so good. Can't top that.
Can't top it, and they don't need to remake it.
Child's Play 2.
Yes.
It has a special place in my heart.
I think I know.
Child's Play. Next. It's so good though. Like, and you mean like the original one, not Child's Play the sequel, but like Child's Play
2 because I liked 1, but 2 just did it for me.
2 scared me because with the age that I watched it, I was scared. Like the eyeball scene, like that fucked me up as a kid. I was like, oh God.
And see, that's funny because we were talking about this on an older episode. Like I saw him in backwards order. I saw 3 first when he was Pizza Face Chucky after the carnival or whatever. No, that wasn't a carnival. That was a dark ride.
It was like a dark ride.
Yeah, I saw Pizza Face Chucky first, and it scared me. Like I didn't want to watch Bride of Chucky until later on because his face, man, I did not like the face.
I don't blame you. It's creepy.
And then I saw 2. I fell in love with 2.
2 is my favorite out of the franchise, and then I do love 3. I think 3 is, as whatever people say, it's cheesy and corny, but I think he's like pretty dark in that one, and there's some really intense kills. So I can't go wrong with 1, 2, and 3.
Right, that's like when he swapped out all the blanks for real ammunition.
Yes, like that little bastard.
And then, so have you seen the TV series?
So I started it.
I won't spoil it.
I started in like 20. Did it come out in 2021?
I think it was 21.
It was 21.
Because I feel like it was right after we came back from HHN. I started it, and it's not that I didn't like it. I just didn't finish it, and I still haven't finished it, and I need to because I heard.
Because it gets real good. Like, so, the first season was like, gave me Child's Play 2 vibes.
Yeah.
Second season, it got a little off track. It came more like Seed of Chucky-ish and cheesy, but then it got back on track towards the end of season 2. And then this last season that just passed, next level. Like Chucky's old now. He dying.
I know, and that's what I keep seeing it, and that's what I hate is if I'm not caught up or I've watched something and I see everyone post about it, I'm like, I get that FOMO, So I'll put it at the top of my list and I will watch it because I need something. I need something. I'm in a horror lull. Like I haven't really watched anything that has caught my attention other than Late Night with the Devil, but I won't get into it too much because you haven't seen it.
I ordered the Blu-ray, so I'm just waiting.
I don't know. That movie did something to my heart like that. I love it.
Okay. Oh my God. Where has time been, Jordana? Time is over. We got to do this again.
Definitely.
We do. And I'm down. Anytime you guys want to, I'm down. So just let me know.
So once again, guys, this was another. We should have got 2 hours for this one.
we could have really had a wicked round table for sure.
Yeah, so this was another lovely episode of Toxic Icon Podcast. Once again, I am your boy Yerdy G.
Nick White.
And of course, the lovely Jordana of Pretty Killer Podcast.
Thank you. Had so much fun with you guys. You'll have to come on my pod.
You better
Let's do it.
Y'all better subscribe to her too.
Please.
Or we gonna steal y'all HHN tickets. But yes, you gotta know to play, like, comment, subscribe, tell your goldfish dog, granny, mom, dad, whoever.
Tell them all, man. Tell them all.
And we will be doing a giveaway. Get us to 100 additional subscribers. We'll be doing a giveaway. Because I really want to keep it.
But run them subscribers up so we can give it away and he can buy a new one.
Right. And as always, stay toxic.
Little money. 1, 2, I'm Yachty G and I'm coming for you.